afternoon, good evening. Where are you? Wherever you are. Now what? Or what now? We are in the GEMS universe. Welcome to my show. My name is Glassell, and you have entered the GEM zone. And today is a really interesting kind of energy that's come up, and I would have to say I'm a little bit resistant to it because just the thought of Valentine's Day seems to bring up so much unconsciousness for me. I almost fell off my chair, the chair that I sit on, and it's like not a small chair actually, making these podcasts. And I was like, oh man, it's almost Valentine's Day. And then my CP was like, said this word to me, relevant. And I went, oh yeah, is it relevant? Do I have to be sad or glad because there's a freaking holiday with a heart on it on my calendar? Do I have to be sad? Do I have to be glad? Do I have to? And I was just like, oh my God. And then I tapped into everyone in the whole world that is like either dreading or enthusiastic about Valentine's Day. Woo! So all those feelings that come up, whether you're alone or whether you're together, whether you have a lover. I mean, really? What is really relevant about this? And I really, at the moment, I don't have a lover. I don't have a particular love that I'm like, going to make a plan with or have a plan with. There are people I know that I consider would be really fun to visit with any day or night. But they're not someone that I have a set Valentine-esque date with per se, right? And how weird does that make me feel? How weird does that make you feel? I mean, again, if I had my way, if I was like, queen of the universe, I would rent like the biggest castle I could find. I was just gonna say, are there any castles in America? I don't think so. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think there are any castles in America because there are never any kings or queens in America. But anyway, if there was a castle in America, I would, so my thing that I would love to do is I would love to have like a Valentine's Day conference. Now, when I was younger, it was sort of the wild days of the late 60s, early 70s, late 70s. We used to all, like, we went out in groups, like, right? It wasn't like a one-on-one thing. It was like a 3-on-3 thing or a 5-on-5 thing or a 3-on-1 thing or let's not get into that right now. But anyway, so we didn't think a lot about one-on-one, and we used to kid each other and call it VD Day because, this was the 60s. Venereal disease was like a thing everybody talked about. This was way before AIDS. And so we'd make fun of it, and we called Valentine's Day VD Day. And those of us who, weren't married or didn't particularly have a boyfriend, we thought it was funny. So we'd have VD celebrations, and we just go in groups places. So I really get that there is a stigma attached to being single. And if you're with me right now and we all come together, what would it take for us to completely and utterly destroy that stigma in our own worlds, in our own heads, the projections, the expectations, the separations, the judgments? Oh my gosh, that being single on Valentine's Day is somehow a stigma. Right, everything that brings up, right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, this is something I would encourage you all to repeat, particularly if you have any angst when it comes to Valentine's Day. And funny, my son and his girlfriend just 2 days ago invited me to have dinner with them on Valentine's Day because she got some promotion at work and they gave her a certificate to have food at this really fancy Asian sushi restaurant in Houston. And I was like, wow, because I love sushi. Anyway, so I was like, wow, that's super cool. And, you know, having a son who's madly in love and very PDA, public displays of affection, very much like me, actually. When I had boyfriends, I was like, I didn't care where we were. I'd kiss them, hug them, suck them, whatever, you know. I don't care. It's like, whatever. And he is really like me. And so always when we're together, they're always like almost sitting on top of each other. I mean, like if they could jump into each other's bodies, they probably would. And this is like they've known each other 6 years. And I'm like, okay, this is different. And I'm really happy for them. I'm like, maybe you guys are like 1 in 100 million. And I so hope they are, you know, I really do, because they're so cute together. And I was looking at that and I was so happy. And for the first time, I didn't have an angst that I didn't have a date. It wasn't until a few hours later that, and maybe some news feeds later, that I realized, oh, I'm going to be going with the two of them and I don't have a date. Huh. Well, fuck that. Okay. And then instead of going into this deep, dark hole of poor, pitiful me who doesn't have a date, I was like, stop, wait, ask a question. Do I even desire a date? You know? So it's like, maybe, but I'm certainly not going to angst myself. What fun can I have every day? It doesn't matter whether it's the 12th, 13th, or 14th. Okay. You know, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas or Thanksgiving or Easter, or what is the relevance of holidays in your life? I think that's sort of what we're getting around to. And are they such a trauma and a drama? I mean, I know at Christmas time, people are always dramaing out. So what is the value of trauma and drama around these holidays, around these calendar holidays? It's like, unless you have a government job and you get the day off, fuck that shit. There's no relevance whatsoever. Now, if you get the day off, woohoo! Awesome, you know, have fun, do whatever you want to do. But there is literally no difference other than the energy, the energy one attaches, the significance one attaches to a particular day or date. And what if you were willing to come out of significance, out of form, out of structure with all of these holidays and their particular relevance to you? What if every day started off as, wow, I'm alive. What else is possible? Wow, I wonder, you know, what can I create today? What can I generate today? And what would it take to make an extra $150 today? Whose bars can I run? What can I do? You know, and that's sort of where I am choosing to live right now. And I'm inviting you to that space. Why? Maybe it's something about turning 60. I don't know. It's like, well, I do know. It is definitely something about turning 60 and making the choice to not let other people's point of view affect you or affect me anymore. I'm over it. I am over it. Are you willing to be over it? Are you willing to step up, be great, outcreate everyone, and have your life and your fun and your joy, no matter what day it is, and don't let other people's points of view get to you? So I'm going to invite you to that today. I'm inviting myself to that this week, because we're rapidly coming upon Friday the 14th. No, I don't know. We could make it into a horror film. That would be funny. You know, or vampires. Don't you just love vampires? I love vampires. I always wanted to have immortality. We do have immortality, just not in the body. You know, infinite being comes and goes throughout all time. It's just these bodies, we haven't quite yet figured out how to get them to be immortal. That is the trick. If you know how to do that, really get in touch with me, okay? That would be like so cool, right? To stay like young and beautiful for like hundreds and thousands of years, and to be able to, like, you know, have super strength. Oh, anyway, I ramble on. So anyway, I invite you to make holidays irrelevant in the sense that you can choose to be happy no matter what day it is. And if you choose to make them relevant because you have someone who's so wonderful and you love giving them chocolates and flowers and you love kissing them all over and the way they smell, then knock yourself out and have a great time. If not, please, please, please call a friend, create a dinner party, create some wonderful, cozy, caring, lovely evening or event for you on Valentine's Day, because you are special, you are valuable, you are important, you are beautiful, and you are a world changer, and everything you think and do and be affects the world. What are you going to choose, even on VD Day? All right, guys. Talk to you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.